Good morning, beautiful souls. It's me, Emily. Welcome back to another video. In this short video, I want to talk about the unbelievably wonderful power of the dopamine fast. Now, you might be sitting here and asking yourself, well, what in the high holy heck is a dopamine fast? Well, let me quickly explain it to you. What a dopamine fast basically is a purposeful and intentional break from electronics, the internet, your computer, really anything that stimulates your brain with dopamine. Now, in this day and age, there are loads of things to cover, but the main ones that you want to avoid are your computer, your cell phone, the internet, and ideally, you kind of want to keep away and keep this day for yourself. Now, what is the purpose of a dopamine fast? The purpose of a dopamine fast is to get you back on track, essentially. But I have to say that you don't only have to use the dopamine fast as a tool. You can just practice this whenever you feel like you want to clear your mind and get it back into working order. So there are three, and no, I didn't just come up with that for the sake of the video, but there are literally 3 steps to actually practicing a dopamine fast. Step 1, or the first thing, is simply that, again, you take time away from all technology. Step away from your phone, step away from your computer, don't play video games. You may read, you may have a pen and paper, you may go outside and walk, and you can go outside and walk, breathe fresh air, be in nature, basically do anything that doesn't involve technology. But the idea is that you want to allow your mind to calm down. I literally always think of Grandmaster, relax, calm down. But it's so true. And so many things, we rush and hurry through life. And really some of the gold in life is in the pausing. It's just in the spaces in between. It's taking that time to reflect. So what can what can a dopamine fast do for you? Dopamine fast. Well, it'll increase your productivity up the butt. And you might think at first that sounds completely crazy because of step 2. The second part of a dopamine fast, which is very, very, very important actually, is to fast. Now, you don't have to think crazy fasting. It's just a water fast for 24 hours. So you want to only drink water for that period of 24 hours that you're going to do this fast. Now, this is why I would suggest you probably want to prepare ahead of time. When are you going to do this fast? But I would absolutely suggest doing one because it just can't be overstated how unbelievably helpful this is for calming down the mind, putting us on track, and just getting us where we want to be going. So step 1 is to stay away from the internet, technology, your computer, video games, all of that. No Netflix, no TV. You want to allow your mind to calm. You can read, like I said, you can have a pen and paper to write down, and I highly recommend that. And the second thing is to water fast. So the third thing I'm sorry for this sun, guys. I'm trying to kind of avoid it. So I'm going to scoot just right here. So a dopamine fast. So what I did was I spent 24 hours with water. I spent time alone outside in nature. I took a nice long walk, and that's basically all you need to do. I said 3 steps, but really I guess it's only 2. You want to be there with yourself. You don't want to be involved with technology, and you want to have access to a pen and paper. So what you do during this time is you allow yourself to calm down. Like I said, you can take as many walks as you want. You can be outside in nature. You can meditate. You can do yoga. All these things are beautiful and will help you feel much, much better. And then what I would encourage you to do is to sit down with a piece of paper at some point during your day of this fast and to write down everything that's bothering you. And I mean really flesh it out. Write it all out into a piece of paper. And don't worry, you can burn it later if these are things. I would actually really encourage you, though, to kind of delve into the stressors in your life and really get rid of them. Put them on a paper, all the emotions, all the feelings, all the thoughts, any of the negativity that might be bogging you down, put it onto that paper. And know this. You can burn it later and it will all dissipate out into the universe, and that's the universe's way of taking care of it for you. Just consider it, set it, forget it, and done, and it will be dealt with, in its own way, on its own time. You don't have to sort that problem anymore. So, dump all your negativity out onto that page, let it all be out. I mean, really, really get into it and let it all be out there on paper. Then, once that's all gone, sit down and have a think with yourself. And really, what I've done in the past is a mind map. So that's one thing you can do. Or you can just write out in absolutely explicit, wonderful, good feeling detail all of your goals and dreams that you want to achieve in any frame of time. It can really be anything in any time. You know, for me, it's oftentimes I spend a chunk of time manifesting some of my bigger dreams, and then I spend a good chunk of time focusing on, let's call them the micro manifestations within that chain, and therefore, what do I need to do in order to get to this goal over here? So I would highly encourage you guys. I know it sounds crazy, and let me just issue one small caveat. If this is your first time ever doing a dopamine fast, you may find that you feel a little bit crazy. And when I say that, what I mean is your brain will be going at some point probably, whether that's because of you taking time away from food or simply because you haven't taken time ever before to really let your brain experience what it's like, because we're all very, very attached to technology nowadays, to just be itself and breathe and like calm down and relax its mode, and actually to get in touch with your own self. It's a really beautiful tool for getting in touch with yours truly and your higher power. So with those things being said, that is really all it takes to do a dopamine fast. I would encourage you, if you have the ability or desire, to do this even as frequently as once a month, or even if you really want to stay on track and you have really big goals, even do it once a week. It's an invaluable practice. And don't be afraid of the lack of food, by the way. It's actually very, very handy. When something that I just recently learned, and you may not know this, I didn't know until just the other day, is that interestingly, when we feed ourselves, it's not just digestion that we're feeding. Interestingly, what ends up happening is, because we fed our body, actually, it triggers our survival instincts. So although we aren't, say, in fight or flight mode, our body is still kind of triggered by being fed. So mind what you're eating in general and when you're eating it, and what you're eating when you're eating, because ultimately we are what we eat. And the thing I want you to think about is this fact, is that when digestion is happening, our mind gets really triggered and goes and goes and goes and goes. They are actually, they coincide. And so what I'm saying to you, kind of in my own suggestive way only, that sounds wrong, but anyway, my suggestion is to practice this because it will calm your mind. And once you calm your mind, man, there's just such beauty in life, and it will lead you to the most beautiful part of life, which is gratitude. Gratitude will take you guys everywhere. So I encourage you, that's all I wanted to say, but take a dopamine fast because, oh my goodness, it's so valuable. Your productivity will skyrocket. You'll feel better actually, because giving your body that time to rejuvenate is so valuable. You know, there aren't many things that we do for our body besides just eating right that really help. But when you can take off the time from that constant overstimulation that we get being on social media and all the time and everywhere, I can't overstate the benefits of that. It's just, you'll be able to focus so much better and get so many more things done. So, and I don't know if I finished my thought, but what I was basically saying is what happens is then when you intake food, it basically triggers your mind to be chattery. And so I just want to encourage you guys to think about your relationship to food as well. And just think about, how often do you eat? Is your brain constantly triggered because you're constantly kind of grazing throughout the day? That's just food for thought. So I highly encourage you to take a dopamine fast. So remember, the 3 steps to a dopamine, or the 3 pieces of a dopamine fast are staying off technology, no phone, no internet, remove anything that stimulates you with dopamine, no video games, no Netflix and chill, none of that. Go for walks in nature. Water only, and a piece of paper and a pen so that you can jot down both the negative stressors and the positive stressors and your manifestations, and really have a good manifestation session and see what happens. So with that, guys, that's been it for today. If anything in this video helped you, please do pass it along. I'm at a loss for words. And with that, I will see you guys in the very next video for Topsoil Tuesdays. It has been a pleasure hanging with you all. Oh, and comment down below. First of all, I'd really love to know, have you tried a dopamine fast, or am I the only crazy one who's done this before? I know at least one of our fellow friends has tried this, so comment down below. Let me know if you've tried a dopamine fast. And also, let me know what the results were. And If you're just tuning in here, let me know where you're tuning in from, because we have a pretty global worldwide family. That's very redundant, but you get the idea. And I love to know where everyone's tuning in from. So with that, it's been beautiful connecting with you. The sun is about to blind me, so I'm going to get out of here. Much love, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Much love. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye. Mwah. Bye.